Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. We're excited to be working closely with Immersive to bring self-custody on chain with MasterCard experience to life. Guys, this coming from the Zamin, formerly Sum app. You can read more information here. I just thought I'd bring up that article, Inside the Making of a Self-Custody Web3 Card for a Web 2 world. So it's looking as though MasterCard is finally taking that step, leveraging the power of, the MetaMask self-custody wallet so that you can actually use a digitized system to make any kinds of payments. The digital assets ecosystem could be the comeback story of 2024 following a crackdown on bad actors and increased regulatory clarity in key markets. Investor confidence has returned, mainstream financial institutions are jumping in, and crypto companies are finding innovative new ways to serve an increasingly educated customer base. Now, I should just point out here, guys, this is coming from MasterCard's direct website, mastercard.com. And they're pointing out here, it's like having cash in your wallet instead of your bank account, explains Lorenzo Santos, the senior product manager for blockchain company Consensus, whose offering includes the MetaMask self-custody wallet. You're responsible for safeguarding that cash, and you can access it anytime. While people appreciate the peace of mind that self-custody offers, you're holding your own assets. Historically, it has been hard for them to easily spend funds on anything beyond the crypto world. But guys, that is changing through these major partners like MasterCard. And we know MasterCard has even partnered with Ripple for, the back-end technology likely to help transfer funds leveraging the XRP ledger. I don't know how many of you guys were here back in 2019, 2020 when MasterCard and Visa were in a bid to buy Earthport. Visa finally won out. And then at that point, MasterCard, they just kind of, receded for a while, but then finally came out and decided to partner with Ripple in a different way. So now we're seeing more crypto adoption from these major companies. And I think even though we're not, seeing XRP splashed around this article, this is good for the entire industry. This is good for overall adoption for Ripple and XRP, because these companies, likely they are going to be interoperable with many different platforms moving forward. So the Sum app, now called Zamin, is integrating with MasterCard and this other company here, Immersive. So that is some great news. Wanted to keep going, guys. And a bit of a reminder here from Krypton Writer on Twitter. People always ask me literally every day, Krypton Writer, what's the use of XRP and the XRP ledger? Let me make it very clear to all you guys. It is always and always has been about payments and decentralized finance. If we fail at payments, then we have gambled away what the XRPL was designed for. And then he gives a list here, decentralized exchange, so CLOB plus AMM united, a payment processing engine, auto bridging, pathfinding, not cash incentive neutral consensus, every single feature primitive, enshrined on a base layer, API based, compliance tools, and Ethereum degen might dream of having. Low fees plus fast block finalization. So this is all geek speak as far as I'm concerned, but I understand his point here. We have all the parts of what we need to be superior in payments. If we still fail, we truly deserve it all. I want to bring home this point, though. We need to double down on our strength and quit BSing around. You want XRP and XRPL to succeed? Then you have to learn about the CLOB and AMM, begin getting used to DeFi and cross-currency payments. Here are some of the wallets that are already integrated. It's great that he has just given us a list here of all these different types of wallets. I will link this in the description if you guys want to have this handy. It is about the building. I know for a lot of us, though, we're not builders, we're not the engineers, we're not the devs, but we have to, look at the products that are available and start using them, because when we do see more usage, that is what's going to drive more XRP demand. And I know it's kind of difficult right now if cryptocurrency isn't regulated in the country that you live in. But for some people, who may not be American, there might be use cases where you can now leverage technology that is integrated to the XRP ledger, and we should be using this technology in our day-to-day lives. Anyway, wanted to thank Krypton Riker just for pointing that out. Guys, I happen to see this. Another company, PayQuicker, has partnered with Ripple partner Thunes to expand their e-wallet payout capabilities. So this is brand new news. The collaboration aims to address the increasing demand for more diverse and flexible payout methods, especially in emerging markets where e-wallets serve as essential financial tools. PayQuicker specializes in providing businesses and individuals with instant and secure global payouts in local currencies for various sectors, including accounts payable, affiliate networks, creator economy, direct selling, on-demand economy, and platforms and marketplaces. So it sounds as though they're really targeting that end retail user. By integrating broader e-wallet capabilities in its global payout solution suite, PayQuicker enhances its ability to deliver on its core promise of providing smarter, faster, and easier global payouts. And that's the thing, right? The global payouts, if we do eventually end up living in a world where, the seamless movement of money becomes more ubiquitous, well, then that just means that, more of this stuff is going to happen a lot quicker, and that is going to open up the economy for more possibilities and just for more innovation too. You got to think how the world was, 50, 60 years ago, and how slow a lot of these things were, including moving money, but even just sending, sending information via a letter. People would use the post office, write a letter, send something via the mail, the traditional mail, and now with the advent of emails, that has just changed the game in so many ways. And we're seeing this just run rampant. So many global businesses, for example, face challenges when sending real-time payouts to emerging markets. And so this is an untapped market, right? Emerging markets, when they talk about, the unbanked and the underbanked countries, think about who comes into your head when you think about those types of markets. Well, now those markets, guys, are going to get the luxury, the convenience, the efficiency of what the Western world has been used to for many years. And think about all the possibilities that have been untapped for those decades. Now coming into the broader commercial market, traditional cross-border payments can be slow and costly, especially for smaller transactions, with approximately 60% of individuals in emerging markets preferring e-wallets over traditional banks. E-wallets now function as the de facto bank account for individuals in many regions. That's the other thing. People are going to probably start rejecting the traditional form of banks and just move to e-wallets, keeping all their money on their phone, having access to that. So, it's really changing the face of everything, finance, but also the speed and efficiency, of course, leveraging Ripple partners like Thunes to do just that. So some interesting news there from PayQuicker and Ripple partner Thunes. Here's another one from the Wrath of Kahneman. This is a nice article about enterprise stablecoins and their usage, guys, and how that will bear upon the imminent release of the RLUSD on the XRP ledger. Okay, this is why Ripple is releasing an RLUSD, because these are the cryptocurrencies, the first kind of generation, I guess, of cryptos that are going to be fully regulated, probably globally. The stablecoin world, okay? USDC stablecoin issuer Circle announced that it was a secondary market buyer of BlackRock's BITRUE token money manager fund. So BITRUE investors can sell their tokens 24/7 using USDC. While most institutional investors in tokenized MMFs are crypto firms, this ability for the institutional investor to off-ramp from money market funds at a precise time is extremely powerful. So you got to think of how this is going to transform that institutional money movement too. So Circle and BlackRock, they have a close relationship. Just going to skim over some of this. Here, let me go down here. Brokers want stablecoins too. A similar logic applies to brokers. In a recent interview, Robinhood's CEO spoke about the appeal of dollar stablecoins to overseas investors. That started tongues wagging that Robinhood might launch a stablecoin. In June, it agreed to acquire cryptocurrency exchange Bitstamp. So, we're seeing many applications considering the world, and I guess we got to look at it this way, considering the world is already used to using the US dollar in so many instances, moving to a stablecoin, I guess, is the next logical baby step for a lot of these institutional investors that need to be handheld through this. And so stablecoins, that's why they're becoming popular, not necessarily because they're the better technology. Some asset managers are already involved in stablecoins. In Brazil, investment bank BTG Pactual launched a dollar stablecoin last year. Wisdom Tree is another asset manager, that was early to embrace blockchain and tokenization, and it did recently acquire a New York trust license. Then it talks a little bit about Europe here, joint investment management. I mean, there's so much here to talk about, but here's the promise backing up. The benefit of stablecoins is to enable instant off-ramping by investors from tokenizing MMFs at precise times. That could be hugely appealing to corporate treasurers and institutional investors. To achieve this, it needs tokenized cash, ideally one where the asset manager can earn a return. There are three options for tokenized cash. Okay, so we've got a CBDC, a stablecoin, or a tokenized deposit. A CBDC is less likely to provide a return and unlikely to happen anytime soon. In the US, tokenized deposits, though, could potentially fit the bill. An asset manager can still earn a return. However, it's still early days for banks, apart from a couple of jurisdictions. In the next 12 months or so, though, guys, the only viable option for tokenized cash is a stablecoin. So even this article is saying that we will be getting stablecoins within the next 12 months, coincidentally coinciding likely with the euphoria phase once we start to see cryptocurrencies really start to rally. That is going to be in the next 12 months. I'm saying it, guys. That's going to be the point in time at which we look to cash out. The euphoria phase, the top of the market. And for more information on what I'm doing this bull run, you can follow me over there at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel, giving you guys detailed insight on what my plan is this bull run. So an interesting article here on stablecoins. Wrath of Kahneman did notice a few things, some takeaways here that he did notice. Stablecoins enable instant off-ramping from tokenized MMFs at precise time. So useful for corporate treasurers. Also the CEO of Robinhood, owner of Bitstamp and a longtime Ripple partner and XRPL gateway, thinks clients will hold idle funds in stablecoins and not cash. So those are two very interesting points here that he brings up. I mean, the stablecoin story is growing in depth, I gotta say. This one from Novokula Okami here on Twitter. While Tether and the faithful will no doubt attack JP Morgan Messenger in tweets and blogs, the JPM analyst being quoted in this CoinDesk story is simply observing that stablecoin regulations are coming everywhere and Tether isn't positioned to comply. So maybe not in the Western world. I know Crypto Eddie has mentioned that Tether is a very prominent stablecoin being used in the East. And the article is up here. I will link it in the description if you guys are interested. I'm just going to read you guys some of the takeaways here. So stablecoin regulations pose a threat to Tether's dominance. JP Morgan said in a report, complying with MiCA means Tether may have to change their reserve management strategy, the bank said. Tether told CoinDesk in a response that JP Morgan analysts seem to still have a fundamental misunderstanding about how our industry works. And you know, there's so much to consider here. The full audit is what is, you know, kind of the number one thing of concern. Number two, no duration or credit risk in reserves. Number three, fully transparent monthly attestations. Number four, full compliance with AML and KYC obligations. Number five, reserves legally separated for benefit of the client. Number six, client fiat redemption rights guaranteed. Number seven, minimum redemption windows. And number eight, corporate governance transparency. Of the 8 items listed above, we know Tether fails on 7 of them, and their AML KYC compliant is suspect given how small their headcount is. So most interestingly, though, Paolo's clearly more focused on AI and BTC investing than dealing with boring stuff like an audit that is critical to surviving in a regulated world. Now, I think, again, I'm going to say it again, it's kind of short-sighted because Tether allegedly, and I mean, I don't know, I don't live there. I'm just taking her word for it, but Sento Sumo Saba, Crypto Eddie, obviously she does have a YouTube channel. I don't know if you guys are following her. She has said in the past that, and she lives in Japan, by the way, she has said in the past that Tether is widely utilized in the East. I mean, maybe not so much in the West, but rules and regulations are very different over there in the Middle East and Asia and many of those countries. So I don't know necessarily, is Tether going to fall to the wayside? I mean, maybe in the Western world, but you know, there's so much business going on in the Eastern world that I don't know. And it is a very good question. It is an interesting take here. But, you know, again, I think the more important thing is that the stablecoin regulation is coming through. Ripple is bringing in their RLUSD for obvious reasons. This is going to help drive more demand to the XRP ledger. At least, you know, that's what their understanding is. And hopefully drive more utility, more liquidity for XRP eventually. You know, if we do start to see XRP being utilized in a meaningful capacity, maybe the RLUSD is that gateway, or at least one of those gateways to get XRP demand up higher. Anyway, wanted to thank Mike Manfield here for retweeting this out. Novokula Okami, and also the Wrath of Kahneman there just for posting that. Guys, here's one from Mr. Man now. FedNow has been operational for a year now, and they have hit 900 participant institutions. Now, we know FedNow runs on Valente Technologies, which is backed by Ripple, and we recently just got confirmation that FedNow will likely launch outside of domestic payments. So they started domestically, but now international payments are on their radar. Well, guys, here, the U.S. Federal Reserve System has issued an update on institutional take-up of its service, FedNow, within the last year. FedNow is an interbank infrastructure to enable credit transfers to complete in seconds and make instant payments available around the clock. And so this is the Fed's first new payment platform for more than 40 years. That is, I think, an important thing that we should note, guys. This is new technology for them, new technology for everybody. Everybody is moving on a new standard. 12 months after going live, though, the service has notched up a participant total of more than 900 financial institutions, up from 35 on their first day. So that is huge. FedNow has also amassed a diverse participant lineup from institutions with less than 500 million in asset size to some with more than $3 trillion, according to the announcement, which states that the community banks and credit unions comprise 78% of the total number. And guys, here's a quote. "We are encouraged by the remarkable momentum of the FedNow service and are excited to see individuals and businesses start to reap the benefits of instant payments, such as gaining more control over cash flow and precisely timing payments, because in the past, they were not able to do that." Go figure. With all this technology we had, they were still having problems. And I mean, to think that they went from 35 to 900, that is an increase. Let's see what that is. An increase of, wow, 2,471.4% in just 12 months of usership. That is amazing. So the cases are gaining traction. A series of achievements are highlighted in the first year. They say they're gaining traction. The announcement lists digital wallet funding, instant payroll, bill settlement, real estate transactions, micro deposit accounts, verifications, and online marketplace seller payouts. Second, a FedNow DevRel online resource has been released to help application developers. Third, FedNow user group has helped to encourage collaboration between the Federal Reserve and participants to inform future innovation. So all the typical kind of stuff. I mean, you know, it is good. It is a monumentous transition, as they're saying here. I mean, it really sounds like they're really bolstering themselves up here. I think it is good to see. We do need to see instant payments become more ubiquitous, especially in important economies like the US. And we are seeing it happen. I mean, I'm getting excited to see what's going to happen when Ripple does finally release the RLUSD personally. Anyway, I wanted to thank Mr. Man there for posting that. Michael Branch here, guys, with another one. This has to do with Ripple partner Airwallex, and they've just achieved a new milestone too. Airwallex processing volume has surged past 100, not million, $100 billion. So they are a leading payments company for modern businesses. And guys, they have surpassed 100 billion in annual processing revenue, up 73% year on year. That is huge. Airwallex has been growing volumes all across products, including payments, FX, payouts, and issuing at an annual rate, revenue approaching, let me say that again, and an annual run rate revenue approaching $500 million. These achievements come at the heels of Airwallex's achieving cash flow positivity at the end of 2023, a dividend of the company's strong product market fit, ubiquitous global infrastructure, and continued market expansion. And 73% year on year, that is amazing. So crossing $100 billion, that threshold, and turning cash flow positive solidifies our confidence in the durability and scalability of our business model. This coming from the CEO. While demand is slowing in many corners of the tech economy, serving the payments and financial operations of global businesses remains a significant market opportunity. We're proud of how far we've come in the past 9 years, and we're more ambitious than ever in supporting millions of global businesses to grow beyond borders. They're also moving into more countries, guys. Airwallex doubles down on the Americas. I believe they were originally from Asia, if I'm not mistaken. So Airwallex's traction in the Americas has been a key contributor to the company's success globally. Revenue in the region is up more than 300% year over year. In 2024, the company expanded its footprint in the US, Canada, and Latin America, moving into permanent US headquarters in San Francisco, opening an office in Austin, New York, and adding team members in Toronto and Sao Paulo, Brazil. So that is very, very interesting too. Guys, they are just getting bigger. In 2023 down here, it says they expanded into Canada and announced their intention to go into Mexico. So really kind of focusing on the North American market there. And it's no surprise that their processing volume has surged to $100 billion and that they are cash flow positive as of 2023. Amazing news for a great Ripple partnered company, Airwallex. Can't wait to see what they have up their sleeve next. I mean, it's only a matter of time, guys, before the demand is there for XRP. I mean, so many partnerships, not just the partnerships with payment providers, but big institutional partnerships too. Ripple and the ISDA, I talked about this the other day, partnered to target the $1.2 quadrillion derivatives market. If you guys didn't catch the video on that the other day, I will link it up here in the top right-hand corner. We got to think of how much money is going to go through XRP. And for those of you guys who've been with me for a long time, you know I've done videos over the years discussing the creation of XRP, how it is divisible to 6 decimal points, and what that means for one individual drop. I mean, if you consider what one drop could be worth one day, well, then you can extrapolate from that, and you can say that means that one XRP could in fact be worth And Sir Trades a Lot here is giving us another example of that, just asking Grok what it could be worth. And Grok has said, given the context provided and the information from various sources. So Grok goes, scours the internet and like any AI platform, scours the internet and kind of, picks and chooses what it sees fit to, come to a conclusion based on the information that's just already out there. Given the context provided and the information from various sources, if we were to calculate the price of XRP based on the scenario where one drop equals 10 cents, so 10 cents only USD, we need to understand that one XRP is divided into 1 million drops. And if one drop is equal to only 10 cents, guys, you know what that would mean? That one XRP would be worth $100,000. And I mean, we got to think that this would be a scenario further in the future. If that is the smallest, I mean, we had done it before where one drop would equal 1 penny. But, more and more with inflation, with prices going up, with the value of the dollar decreasing, maybe it will be that, one drop equals 10 cents one day, or maybe even 5 cents, where the price of one XRP would be $50,000. I don't know, but it is another way to look at how price will increase over time based on, many factors involved. And I think inflation, I don't know. I mean, we are coming down a little bit, but and in some sectors, but I don't know. I mean, I think that this is where it's at. Our money has been devalued. I made this argument years ago with Galgatron. I don't know if you guys remember him, and he actually blocked me because I said XRP could get to $10,000 per coin, and he's like, "There's no effing way, dude." And I said, "Yeah, but have you even taken into account inflation?" Again, this was before the beer flu had even hit, and he blocked me. He was just like, "No, I'm not. I don't want to listen to it." But guys, this is reality. This is just what we're facing. It's not going to hit $100,000 tomorrow, but again, it is something we should consider. So I wanted to thank Sir Trades a Lot there for posting that. What is going to happen likely is that it will be a culminating event. It won't just be one flip of the switch, but a flip of the switch could influence price at a certain point. I mean, once we have the infrastructure in place, and once, I think most importantly, once we have the legislation, Nikos, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. He did write this. He's the founder and CEO at Matrika. He wrote this a while ago now. This was from an older tweet. Talking about technology, a lot of speakers agree that a lot of the technology and infrastructure for institutional adoption has now been built, which was an obstacle previously. The flip the switch now depends on regulatory approval. So I say this, guys, I say this because we're looking at all these companies doing well in their regulated jurisdictions currently. But, the mega regulation, what we need to see really, global adoption in order for that major switch to be flipped. Stablecoins, it seems, are the beginning step, the first step in this global adoption. But I think cryptocurrency adoption, real world utility coins, that is going to follow shortly. I mean, once these companies realize, boy, we can be way more efficient. Let's take it to the next level. And guys, I think that could be our path to a potential $100,000 XRP. But that's just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.